UFC 308 is this weekend, and the co-main event, a 5-round #1 contenders fight for the middleweight title, Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev, hopefully will finally take place. Khamzat pulls out of every fight now, so even making this video during fight week, I'm not 100% convinced that the fight happens. So if this video got uploaded, it tells you that we made it about halfway through fight week and Khamzat hasn't pulled out yet. So Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker, we are going to be breaking down this fight and giving an official prediction for the UFC 308 co-main event, 5 rounds, #1 contenders fight at 185 pounds. So stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. All right, guys, so Rob Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev hopefully will finally be taking place this weekend after a cancellation. Khamzat has canceled his last 2 fights. Khamzat pulls out of every fight, but if he can hang in there for this one, it'll be a rebooking that actually finally took place from the January 22nd main event that was supposed to take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It ended up being Rob Whittaker against Ikram Aliskerov, after Khamzat pulled out about a week out from the fight. Khamzat is relocated to UAE, where he says that he is in a better situation, but it doesn't seem like it. Rob Whittaker's on a hot streak, and I'll just be straight to the point here, guys. The winner of this fight will fight for the belt next, in their next fight. And 2, there's only 2 ways this fight goes. The first one being Khamzat Chimaev takes down Rob early, dominant top pressure, and gets a grounded pound TKO or a submission victory in the first round or in the first 2 minutes of the second round. Let's say 7 minutes of the fight, because that's all Khamzat has is 5 to 7 minutes of cardio. If the Kamaru Usman fight way back when with Khamzat Chimaev all that time ago when he actually used to fight, if that fight was 5 rounds, he would have lost. This fight is 5 rounds. Fortunately, he did enough work in the first round and a half to win rounds 1 and 2, where Kamaru Usman got round 3. But if there was an extra 2 rounds, Khamzat's in a lot of trouble. And Khamzat is going, I'm just going to assume that Khamzat has not solved his cardio problems, and it's going to be the same thing going into this fight. I think that Khamzat Chimaev has to win in the first 7 minutes. If he doesn't win in the first 7 minutes, he's not going to win this fight. If Rob Whittaker can survive the first round and maybe a couple minutes after that into the second, he is going to win by late round stoppage or by a 48-47 or 49-46 decision. And that's the 2 ways the fight goes. Whittaker by decision or late stoppage because Khamzat gassed, or Khamzat by early finish. And to be honest, with the adversity we've seen Rob Whittaker go through recently, I'm going to use some of the same logic that I used in my Francis Ngannou prediction, because usually I was like, forget your heart, use your brain, use your gut, stop picking based on emotions. But I did that with Francis and it worked out. Here's what I'm going to say. And I have more reasons to think Whittaker is going to win this fight than I had to think that Francis was going to win his fight this past weekend. Rob Whittaker, with his recent adversity, head kick late in round 1 against Paulo Costa, still wins the fight. Opponent change against an unknown nobody on a week's notice, shows up, looks fantastic. Khamzat's recent adversity has resulted in pullouts. And that's why I think I'm going to go with Rob Whittaker in this fight. As much as the UFC wants Khamzat to win, Khamzat to be a title contender so they can have yet another Muslim champ in that part of the world to appeal to the investors and all that money that's coming in from the Middle East, as much as the UFC wants that, and they don't want nice guy Rob back in the title picture, he's going to win, in my opinion. I think Khamzat is going to have maybe a 10-8 first round, but not get the finish. And then Rob's going to cook from there. And I think he's going to win a 48-47 decision or get like a 5th round stoppage based on just exhaustion, actually, if it makes it that far. Kind of like Michel Pereira with Anthony Hernandez this past weekend as well. So that's my official prediction for the UFC 308 co-main event. Rob Whittaker, late round stoppage or decision, win over Khamzat Chimaev after a tricky first round. So let me know your thoughts down below. Who wins this fight at UFC 308? Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, then become a channel member today for access to members only live streams, vlogs, and some other members perks. So click the link in the description down below or the join button on our channel homepage to become a member today. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World, and go check out my weekly comedy podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo. Both of those are linked in the description down below. Go watch this suggested video, and we'll see you next time.